What's up, guys? So this is the next video taking place pretty much where the last one ended. Gonna try to do weekly videos from now on, but I've got the engine out here for the Camry. I'm putting on the oil pan, and this one's different from the stock one. This is a silica oil pan, and the difference is the silica and MR2s have this baffling in it, and I'm gonna need this baffling because the car's on hydraulics, so when it's jumping up and down, I don't want the oil just sloshing everywhere. And if you're building a track car, you're also going to want to do that. Yeah, you're going to need to delete the balance shaft first. To do that, you have to put in this screw in the oil feed. Here's the stock oil pan and the balance shaft. Now you can see the difference. I got the oil pan on. I took some bolts from the Fiesta. Now I'm putting the new seals on the injectors. I'm just going to clean them out with some brake clean here. I'm deleting the EGR valve. I deleted the EGR a long time ago, but I never actually took that valve off of it. So I'm going to be cutting this plug for future Hayden. This is the plug I'm cutting. All right, guys, so today it's a nice day, so I'm going to do some filming. I've got a bunch of parts for the Fiesta to put on. Got to do some wiring. Taking a break on the Camry over here. I don't remember what I recorded last, but I got the intake manifold on. I got the new injector seals on. I cleaned all that up. Got the alternator on, exhaust manifold, AC pump. I need to do the power steering and some other things. Over here on the Fiesta, I'm putting a Mustang 2.3 EcoBoost throttle body on it right now. Intake manifold's on. Yeah, that sucks so bad, dude. Just literally the worst one is getting into here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a bolt back there. Every other bolt, super easy to get to, but dude, I had to cut it. Literally, dude, just getting back in there is so bad. Just quarter turn at a time, just and you got to hold it so weird. You're like just in the most contorted position ever. Tore up my arm because I cut there. Now if that's in there, I can put my injectors back in. Here's what I'm running, just in case you wanted to know. Just got them cleaned and flow tested and pressure tested. They're all good. So I'm gonna throw these back in. This manifold comes with this hardware. Okay, I was about to freak out. We got lucky. Intake manifold's in, fuel rail is all connected, the cash can line's on. Now I need to put the radiator in, and that's something I didn't really think about too much. Not gonna be able to get it in here. So the strategy to get it in, I just had to take off this bolt and then loosen that one and just rip on it. The next step is to make a new coolant line from right here to right here because it was interfering with the throttle body. So I'm gonna do -16 AN all the way to there. All right, the new fitting is on that side. And now we are to the most dreaded part of the entire build, making the -16 stainless steel braided lines by hand. It is extremely hard to do by hand. I'll let you guys know if I finish it. Lucky me, the 45 still doesn't fit, so gonna have to get a different fitting. At the very least, it looks like the 30-degree fitting I got for down here will fit pretty good. Got the throttle body on just to see what we're working with here, and the fitment is pretty tight. I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah. It's the next day, just got back from Summit, and here's the fitting I bought. It's a 60-degree. Here's the part number. This one was in stock, and this is the Fragola. They also had Vibrant, but this one had a tighter angle. Like, it started sooner, so I'm hoping this one's better. Dude, it's so close, but it still hits. But I think I'm gonna try to massage a couple things, if you know what I mean. See if I can get some more movement out of this. I think I got it to fit. It's pretty tight, but it does fit. We'll have to drive around and see, but my solution was to, you guessed it, cut it. I just notched out the radiator mounts, zip tied them in. The OEM brackets still fit in there, so that's cool. So yeah, this is how it's gonna be until further notice. All right, so I've been fighting the last hour of my life trying to get this on. This end cap piece, that goes on perfectly fine. It's perfect. It's lined up in there. It's good. This piece doesn't go on. The chamfer is way too big and the diameters are just not right. You can't get that in. I can get it right next to it. You need like a 1,000,000-ton press to even get that on. This one from Summit Racing, yeah, I've chewed it up, dude. Don't even talk about it, bro. This one has a smaller chamfer. That works perfect. You can get that on easily by hand, and it works. Had to trim some of the stainless steel to get it to fit. It doesn't leak right now. I'm gonna change it tomorrow and get a different fitting. Starts and runs though. All right, so going on a test drive. Still need to bleed the coolant. And I need to load the tune. But I'm gonna drive it to a gas station real quick. So it does run and drive, which is good. Still need to tune the throttle body and check if it's leaking and bleed the coolant. I'm gonna bleed the coolant, but tomorrow I'm gonna go back to Summit Racing and get another fitting so I can have it done right. It did not make it back from the gas station. I stopped it at like 220 something. All right, going back to Summit in the Ranger for the second or third time this week. Okay, so frick the stainless steel. We're not using that. I got another fitting. The reason I just don't like these black fittings is they're like discolored. This is a black Fragola fitting and it's blue on the end. Why is it blue? Couldn't tell you. They got this black right, but it's blue. I don't know, but the silver fitting's not working, so I'm gonna ditch these. I got some black nylon, so hopefully that's easier to put together by hand. I still have a bunch of the stainless line, but I'm not gonna use it. I just want it to work. All right, after putting one fitting on, I can already tell you this is a way better experience. Okay, so that looks way better. I got everything tightened, everything made. There's no kinks in the line, it's perfect. I'm gonna have to move this vacuum line eventually, or trim it down, but I think that looks pretty good. So I've torn it all apart again, and as you can see, this fitting right here is leaking. It's leaking out of the back, and it is fully tight. I have this thing tightened with 2 hands. It is fully tight. I've tried this fitting on this side, and it works fine. It just won't work there. I've tried other fittings on that side. It works great. I'm gonna try to use that fitting and make some kind of line. It took me a pipe wrench right here. It took me a pipe wrench to get it to just here. It is so unbelievably tight. I'm gonna take this line apart and just try it. Dude, the car's not even running. There's no pressure. It's just dripping out. All right, I got another line made. It took Hulk to get that even to that point, so I don't know. Hooray! She's not leaking. Oh yeah. All right, went on the first test drive. Lucky me, the other Fragola fitting that I have is also leaking. Look at that, how cool. And it is very tight. It's very tight on here. It's leaking out of the same spot. Bringing these back to Summit to see if I could return them and swap them out for some Vibrant fittings. Just left Summit again. I got all Vibrant fittings and I got Vibrant hose. So if it doesn't work, that's crazy. I can already tell you the Vibrant is like 1,000,000 times better than Fragola. Look at this. Super hard to get in there. But it's like really stiff. Dude, they go in so easy. It just by hand. Look at that. It's hand. I literally barely even had to push it in there and it started already. Yeah, 100% go with Vibrant. Well, guys, that's the video. I took this out for a couple Mexico runs last night to make sure it was fine, and it is. I don't think it's leaking. That fitting feels dry. This fitting had a little bit on it, but I don't know if that was just residual or what. It didn't lose any coolant, though. It wasn't like crazy. So I think it's all good. I'll see you guys in the next one.